Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Hi, I'm Ray Hagar, standing in for Sam Shad on Nevada Newsmakers, and today's guest is William Douglas, an author. We're going to talk about his book, The Starlight Hotel Casino, which is a novel about the metamorphosis of Reno gaming at the end of the 20th century. It's all coming up next on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Story County is leading Nevada, home of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, Google, Tesla, Panasonic, and other world-leading companies. Story County provides thousands of tech, advanced manufacturing, and logistics careers for Nevadans. We're diversifying and driving Nevada's economy and generating millions in tax revenue and billions in economic activity across northern Nevada. Story County is leading Nevada's future.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low, and our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way, because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad on No Holds Barred Political Forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
Hi, I'm Ray Hagar, sitting in for Sam Shad, and today's guest is William A. Douglas. He's an author and a former professor at the University of Nevada, head of the Bass Studies program for more than 33 years. Today, Bill, we're talking about your novel, The Starlight Hotel Casino, which is a book about the slow demise at the end of the 20th century about the Reno gaming industry. A lot of the things that were here in Reno in the 80s and 90s are now gone. It seems like the gaming industry in Reno has reset with larger companies. What do you think? What do you think of the current status of gaming in Reno?
Well, I think it's not even just Reno. Worldwide, gaming has been consolidated into 4 or 5 major players that are in everything from Las Vegas to Atlantic City to Macau. And so it's not just Reno in that sense. But Reno had a peculiar set of circumstances. It kind of started to go downhill before other gaming destinations because of, on the one hand, competition from Las Vegas. Steve Wynn building the Mirage created a whole new kind of playing field. And to have any kind of property after that, you had to have $1 billion investment, and that kind of capital was just not available up here in northern Nevada. And the other thing was Indian gaming, the IGRA, when Congress passed IGRA. And well, I guess there's a third thing, which was the legalization of gaming in Atlantic City or in New Jersey. So you put all 3 of those together, and then the spread of gaming to other venues around the world, Reno's old gaming industry, because we basically, as a gaming destination, antedate Las Vegas. And, we just were incapable of competing with all of that new competition.
Okay, Bill, you were part owner of 3 casinos in Reno. You had the Calneva, the Showboat, and the Comstock. Now, the Showboat and the Comstock, they have gone away. But
Actually, it was the Riverboat.
Riverboat, excuse
right.
me. Why has the Calneva stayed alive when the other casinos have died?
Well, the Calneva has a good location. It had, my father was one of the founders of the Calneva. Jack Douglas was one of the instigators of it. And they came up with a very good formula that was quite successful for decades, where they had, loss leaders. They had a 99-cent breakfast if you, at like 4 a.m. in the morning or something. With 2 eggs and
ham
out on a billboard out on the freeway, and that was popular. They've gotten very involved early on in a busing program out of the Bay Area and out of Canada and Washington and Oregon as well. So and they had a great location, a second in Virginia. And the biggest single factor that sunk the Comstock and the Riverboat were their bad location. You had to go a block to 2 blocks off of the Great White Way to get to them. And so our biggest challenge was to get somebody to walk those 2 blocks up a fairly shady 2nd Street to our properties. And it was ultimately an impossible task.
Well, in the book, the Starlight Casino, it also has this problem of being off the beaten path. Mm-hmm. Were you thinking of the Comstock or the Riverboat when you were writing the novel, or is it a combination of both?
Actually, it's a combination of both. I thought it would be too complicated to have 2 different properties in the novel with 2 different sets of personnel and all of that. So they're collapsed together. Some of the characters in the book are based primarily on people that I knew at the Riverboat, others at the Comstock. There are no pure characters in the book, in the sense that they're all composite. I'm part of some of them. My brother John, who just died, he was part of some, and he was the general manager, the CEO of the Comstock when it closed. And the patriarch in the book was based primarily on my father, of course. And he is the closest thing to a pure character in the book, but even some of my father's, James in the book, Jack's character has been modified a little bit because it's a novel. So there's an element of fiction, but I would say the book is 90% or 95% autobiographical in a way.
Well, it seems to me when I read it, it's a novel, but it follows a vein of reality through the 1990s of what went on in Reno, and some of the characters in the book. Of course, you talked about James Fitzsimmons, who's the patriarch of the family that owns the Starlight. But then you have Father Carmody, a Catholic priest that you talk of. I think of him as a man I knew, Monsignor Carmody at Minogue High School, and Fitzsimmons sounds a lot like Fitzgerald. But the one that I wanted to ask you about is in the Starlight's restaurant. One of their signature items is called the Wrangler Burger.
Right.
And one of the main characters in the book, James Fitzsimmons' son, who kind of runs the casino, he said in the book, "How can you eat it when you can't even fit it in your mouth?" Mm-hmm. And I was wondering if you were taking a jab or a reference to the awful hamburger which Dick Graves brought to Northern Nevada in the 1950s.
Well,
because that's the way it sounded to me.
I understand that. Actually, the Wrangell burger, I think, yeah, there was a little of that because we knew Dick Graves very well. Our family did. My father was very close to Dick Graves, was very much a part of Graves's thinking about where to site the Sparks Nugget, because Graves started out down on Virginia Street and across from some property that my father had, and so, I mean, you know, we used to have dinner with them and whatnot. And the interesting, yeah, I'd say that the awful burger was it, but the prime feature at the Comstock, which is kind of what that incident is based on, was like a $5.95 New York steak, 1 pound New York steak. And that became a loss leader, and that gave us a lot of heartburn over the years, and how to, you know, and there's stuff in the novel about that, and they're trying to come up with another food option, and they were worried about food costs on the one hand, but they want an attractive loss leader. I mean, there's a sense in which the reader of this novel will get, I'm an anthropologist by training, and there's a way in which there's an anthropological or ethnographic dimension to the novel, because it is probably the most extensive treatment, whether in fiction or fact, of the gaming industry from behind the scenes. So I, as a casino owner, I was an owner at the 3 casinos. I was a marketing director at 2 of them for a while, things like that. I have an insider's understanding of the gaming industry, which is reflected in the Starlight.
Okay, Bill, we got to take a break, make some money. We'll be right back with Bill Douglas right after these few words.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
Safety is the #1 priority for the trucking industry. Over $7 billion a year is spent on technology like this electronic eye that will apply the brakes automatically. But the most important factor for safety is the truck driver. These hardworking men and women who safely move over 70% of our nation's freight and 94% of Nevada's. We thank you, because trucks move America forward.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Ray Hagar with on Nevada Newsmakers. Our guest today is Bill Douglas. We're talking about his his novel about the demise of Reno gaming in the 20th century called The Starlight Hotel Casino. Bill, in the book, Starlight Management is talking about player limit policies. And, the conversation goes to some players will set a limit, tell the house what their limit is before they start playing. And then when they start playing, maybe their luck goes bad, they might have a few drinks, and when it comes to their limit, they want to break it.
Right.
And you say, no, you don't want to break it, and then they're angry at that time, but in the book, it says that maybe on Tuesday, they sober up, and then they call and say thank you for not breaking that limit. Mm-hmm. And one of the executives of the Starlight, I love this quote. He says, quote, "We're in the wool business, not the fleecing one. You can clip a sheep's wool a lot of times, but you can only skin it once." Okay. And maybe if you could opine on that about how you don't want to destroy your customers, you want them to keep coming back and gaming at your establishment.
Yeah, and that was, our policy at both the Comstock and the Riverboat. We were essentially, we saw ourselves as selling time and recreation, and so we had a loose slot policy. We wanted people to, if we were hoping to win, our house margin, we would hope that they would continue to keep playing, and eventually we would win the money, but it might take an hour, and they would get an hour on the machine as opposed to a really tight house where they got 5 minutes for their same $20 bill or $100 or whatever. So we saw ourselves as being in the entertainment business and allowing and basically marketing fun and time. And so we definitely wanted them back, and we knew that if we just burned them out or cleaned them out, that was going to be that.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A big factor in gambling, something that people talk about a lot, is a mystical thing we call luck.
Sure.
Frank Sinatra wrote a great song about it. So, is luck a superstition, or is it maybe a real force of nature?
Well, I guess that's a good question. I think that your average player, the average player knows that there's a house advantage, that there are the odds. Like I often say to people, I'm not in the gambling business, I'm in the percentage business.
Correct.
And the player knows that. There's nobody that walks through the door of a casino that is so naive that he thinks that the odds are in his favor. But he believes he can beat those odds, and he believes that he can beat them. Some think that they can beat them with a certain amount of skill, but others really think, well, I'm a lucky person. And so, Joe next to me is going to lose, but I'm going to win. So there's that. But as I also say in the novel, I bring out in the novel, the house has the same bias, if you will, or the same superstition, if you want to call believing in luck a superstition, because we would, if somebody starts beating our brains out in 21, we'll change the dealer. Right. Now, why would that really change anything? But we do it because we think it will change our luck.
Yes. We'll be right back with more of Bill Douglas right after these few words.
We're at Tamarack Casino at Nevada Steak with Chef Mike Mahoney. You have fabulous food here. This halibut is extraordinary.
The halibut was awesome. It was fun to cook. You get a nice sear on top, and then we base that with a little bit of butter and garlic and herbs and stuff. It's fabulous.
It's a lot of butter.
And
it looks really good, and it tastes even better. I'm trying this, which is the crab cake. You've got this crispy coating on the outside. What is that?
Actually, that's cornflakes.
Huh?
Cornflakes.
Really?
Yes, sir. The crispiness of the cornflake just adds more crispiness to the already, crispy crab cake. It's awesome.
It's my favorite, and I'm a crab cake fanatic. Okay, this I just tried for the first time. It's ahi tuna in a whole different way.
Ahi tuna, it's a tuna tartare. It's ground up. We mix it with a little bit of spicy mayo, a little avocado puree, and our house-made ponzu sauce in there as well.
It tastes to me like sushi without the rice. It's got
sushi.
all the flavorings, but it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, ribeye steak.
Ribeye steak, classic. Harris Ranch, certified Angus beef. You can't go wrong with a good steak here.
No, and that ribeye is particularly good. Again, we tried that earlier. It is fabulous.
Yeah.
The wedge salad. I love a wedge salad that comes with a giant hunk of bacon on it. So you've got healthy and you've got bacon.
A little bit of indulgence. Yeah, a little indulge. What's great about this one is the bacon is cooked fresh to order for every single salad, so it's nice and hot.
Folks, you've got to come to Tamarack, the casino in South Reno. It is a fabulous place to begin with. It's made even more fabulous by Nevada Steak and your great food. Thank you for inviting us, and we will be coming back over and over because I'm in love with this tuna, I'm in love with the crab cake, well, the ribeye, well, the halibut. It's all good, folks.
Just about everything. For 50 years, Nevada Heating has been keeping people comfortable in their homes. At Nevada Heating, call the Do It Right guys and get the heat back on today. Call us today and we'll fix it today. That's the Nevada Heating way. Why freeze for days on end when Nevada Heating can get your furnace fixed today? Call us today and we'll fix it today at 323-5585 or schedule us on our website at nevadaheating.com.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
Hi, I'm Ray Hagar. Welcome back to Nevada Newsmakers. Our guest, of course, is author William Douglas. We're talking about his novel, The Starlight Hotel Casino, which is talks about the end of the Reno gaming empire in the 20th, at the end of the 20th century. Bill, one of the factors given by experts, and you too, about the demise of Reno gaming in the end of the 20th century is Las Vegas. Sure. And in the book, the managers of the Starlight Hotel talk about Las Vegas stealing all the customers from British Columbia and Canada through junkets. Mm-hmm. Is that the key thing that how Las Vegas hurt Reno, or are there other factors that caused that too?
Well, I would say junkets was kind of the proactive or whatever into the game, get people into Las Vegas, and both by plane and by bus out of Southern California. But essentially, they evolved their product. They got into dining, fine dining. They became a major gourmet destination in America. They refined shopping. It became a major shopping destination. At one point, the shopping and restaurant business in Las Vegas was actually more of a profit center to the casinos down there than the gaming. And because gaming has stayed, even in Las Vegas, there's been a certain leveling out of the interest in gaming. I think that it's sort of generational. The gaming business depends upon middle-aged to elderly people. Young people are kind of into video games and stuff like that. So that's a big challenge for the industry. Las Vegas they just offered a much better product, a more interesting product. And then the airlines responded. It wasn't just junkets. It's cheaper to fly from Vancouver to Las Vegas today than it is to fly from Vancouver to Reno. So even though you're going to overfly Reno going to Las Vegas. So all of those factors put together is what really was the Las Vegas hit on Reno.
Well, in the book, the patriarch of the Starlight talked about Las Vegas wouldn't even be there if it wasn't for one factor, and that factor is air conditioning.
And that was my father's contention. He grew up in Tonopah, and he once went down to Las Vegas to pick up a car to drive back to Tonopah or something like that. And it was like 115, and he had heat stroke, and his brother who was with him had to put him in a bathtub and pour cold water just to cool him down. And so my father after that always had that in his mind, and he always believed that if nobody had ever invented air conditioning, Las Vegas wouldn't exist today.
Yes, yes, very good point. We'll be right back after these few words.
Brian Culpa Photography was born in the rolling hills of Massachusetts, and now he can help you experience the stunning beauty of Nevada in a whole new way through the power of flight. Flying has always been a passion for Brian, and at Brian Culpa Photography, he can make your imagination soar. Brian has the creative mind and tools to tell your unique story. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
7 at 7 is a newscast built for your smartphone. It's a 7-minute newscast available every weekday at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. at lvrj.com. We don't waste your time, and we give you the day's top stories.
We at the RJ have noticed some similarities between us and a certain BTS character, RJ.
Plus the latest in Las Vegas business, weather, health, and entertainment news. 7 at 7 streaming now on your smartphone.
Modern boutique Ahern Hotel and Event Center sits at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. 2 floors of meeting and event space are ideal for groups and conventions. Stay in one of 200 luxurious rooms and suites. Brand your event throughout the property. Flexible event spaces make for easy planning and personalization. Take over the entire hotel with a full buyout option.
Hey, thanks for watching, and remember, you can always catch my news stories about the Nevada Newsmakers interviews on NevadaNewsmakers.com. They are also in the Reno Gazette Journal and Nevada Appeal.